guys? Happy Tuesday. So I am up in the middle of the night. Nothing has really changed. I am getting some sleep. But like I'm up. My mind is wandering and I'm thinking about the Trump attempted assassination from way back when, and I'm thinking about aliens and evil spirits and sitting here with my dog Trixie. See, now Trixie thinks she's an 8-pound poodle. She thinks she's like a little 8-pound circus dog, because she stands up on her hind legs. But she's not. I think she's well over 60 pounds now. She's a big girl. She's got collie in her. So, and it's kind of funny, she gets the collie mane around her neck. I always have to cut it. It gets matted. Trixie's hair has been a learning process. I could probably afford a groomer if I really wanted to, but I just groom her myself. It saves us money. It gives me something to bond with my dog. And then I put products in her hair and we make her all pretty. So, yeah, she's kind of dirty. She's a dirty dog. She likes to dig holes and sit in them and stuff. Okay, so about Trump. Back when that kid got up on the building and everybody was screaming, hey, there's a kid up there with a gun. And he's pointing it at the freaking candidate. And the Secret Service did nothing. That was sus. Okay, and then there was like nothing about that kid. I've seen some updated information where they do show more pictures of him, but they're from high school. I mean, did that kid not take pictures after high school? Like, who were his friends? Loners have acquaintances. It just doesn't make any sense. And I might... Now, I want to talk a little bit. I've talked about it on this channel many times, like more like in the past. Because I'm feeling spiritual, which can be a symptom of mania, but it feels good to feel spiritual again because I was in a place... I was not in a good place. My last episode I had really took a toll on me. And, you know, I read the Bible in the hospital and it made me feel better and stuff like that. But the episode I had before that, I never really recovered spiritually from that episode because that was a bad one. Netherworld scale 10 plus a million. Okay. So, it left me feeling a little confused, and now I'm reading the book of Enoch, and they're talking about the Watchers, and how the spirits of the Nephilim still roam the earth today. That's what they do. I think that's what I'm seeing, and it says that they're invisible. You can't see it with the naked eye. But I think you could probably see it in an altered state of mind, because mania is weird, and like psychosis is weird. I don't think I'm having any psychosis. My husband's keeping a close eye on me, I've noticed. I think I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I just gotta make sure that depression doesn't start setting in. So depression is netherworld. Demons, which I now understand are not demons. They're disembodied spirits of the Nephilim. Now, like a demon would be a fallen angel, and I don't necessarily think that's what I'm seeing, and that's something that always confused me, is like, why are there so many? I mean, they're everywhere. Like, when I am unwell, I see them everywhere. And they pop out of nowhere, and sometimes their faces look funny. And it's hard. Psychosis is hard because there comes a point where you start to not be able to distinguish the two realities. You have to think really hard about which one is real, and yeah. So, wake and bake, girl, wake and bake. Okay, can we talk about FEMA? Back in my day, of the aughts, back in the aughts, FEMA was something that people were suspicious about and sort of questioned because they had like a bunch of caskets and things like that in storage. And FEMA camps were sort of thought to be a place where they're going to start rounding us up and sticking us in them. And I think a lot of that came from like Hurricane Katrina and because you know what? This country, our government, does not know how to handle natural disasters. They can handle war, which is good. Like, I'm glad we've got such a strong military, but when it comes to Mother Nature, they're just like, oh well. You darn peasants. Okay, so I really wanted to do biblical counseling to talk about this demon alien stuff. The reason I didn't go there in January is because I would have been talking some jive. Nobody would know what I was talking about. Like, mania is weird. Everything makes sense in your head. Doesn't necessarily make sense when it comes out. And, you know, meeting new people, I'm kind of looking for a church. I don't really want to go in there being like, hey, I see demons, you know. So, I found my answers in the book of Enoch. And I don't think I could have gotten an answer like that from a church. Because I've written letters and things like that, asking pastors' opinions and things like that. And they just tell you to take your meds because, that's a liability for them. When you see demons and stuff, they'll let you right into the hospital. They take that really seriously. And I'm like, do they take it seriously because they know the demons are there? No, I think they're the everyday average psych nurse is just trying to help. I should tell you guys about a charity called Feeding America. There's no income requirement, and what you do is you gotta look it up. You gotta look up the schedule and see when they'll be in your area. But you pull up with your car and you wait in line, and which can plan to spend about an hour in line waiting because you want to get there early. And then they like fill your trunk up with food, and it's like good food, like produce, cottage cheese. It's not anything junky. And it's free to the public, no income requirement. So that's good for us because we kind of like make too much for assistance, but you know, it's free food, guys. Like, it's there. You might as well go get it. Yesterday I got grapes, peaches, seems like cherries. We got cherries, cottage cheese, yogurt. So, I mean, we got good stuff. And they have them, every one of them's different. Some of them are better than others. We go to one that's like way out of town. We drive kind of far to get there, and man, they hook you up. They hook you up. Cause you know what? Food's really expensive right now. So anything helps. Highly recommend Feeding America. It's a good organization. Okay, so I want to talk about my drinking problem. I have not drank in over a week. So I'm doing okay. That happens sometimes. Like, I'll just start drinking too much, and then I'll be like, people will start saying something, and I'll back off. I don't want to be sober. Like, the sober culture, the sobriety culture, like, that's not important to me. I don't think it's like being sober is not like a thing that I hold near and dear to me. I think there was a time that it did, but I kind of got to the point where I was kind of like, you know, I'm a responsible person. Like, I'm in a good place in life. Like, why can't I drink when normies get to do whatever they want. It's like I've been categorized as this thing, and this thing shouldn't have any alcohol, and like shouldn't have any fun at all. So I don't know. I think that my liver is going to thank me. Yeah, alcohol, it can become a little problematic in my life if I'm not careful, so I've been laying off of that. I'm legit concerned about my weight at this point because I've been eating really healthy, drinking lots of water, but it has only been a week since I haven't been drinking. I only started drinking like, a couple of weeks ago, and that's usually how it happens. It just kind of comes out of nowhere, and I pick up, and I just can't put it down. But I was at one time, I was sober for 7 years after I did that substance abuse program that I was in. I found that to be very helpful. So one thing I could get behind with the Democrats would be marijuana. I think Delaware just legalized it, so that's really cool. Or it's like going into effect in August. I think that's pretty exciting. I wish that all the states would do that. I don't understand why they won't just legalize it federally. Like, there's so much money to be made. But I don't know. I think that's all I got for now, guys. That's all I got today. Might do some gardening later, and I guess I'll see you around. Bye.